So for step number 1, I started with 4 pieces of white paper. It's actually just 2 pieces of paper, but I cut them in half because I didn't think I was gonna need more than a whole sheet of painted paper. So if you want, you could take 1 piece of paper, cut it into 2, and that way you can have more colors. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and paint these 4 pieces of white paper. So today I'm going to be using watercolor paints. I have this messy watercolor paint tray, my cup of water, and a little bit of a larger brush to cover up the whole page. Again, you're going to use whatever you have at home, whether it's paint, markers, newspaper, magazines, any type of paper that we can glue together for our collage. If you are able to paint, you definitely are going to need a green piece of paper. This is gonna move around. Let me use that to hold it. You're going to definitely need a green piece of paper for your plants that are growing out of the pot. I would recommend not only using green in your piece of paper. It's not going to be quite as interesting as it could be if I added in maybe some yellows in there to get some different tones. I could even add some blues to get some blue-greens in there. The more tones you have in the paper, the more interesting of a collage it's going to make. So I'm going to come back when I have my green paper. I'm going to do a blue paper, a yellow paper, and sort of a pinks and reds. Okay, so now I have my different colors paper. This one is mostly green, but has some blues and yellows mixed in. This one is blues with some purples, yellow with some orange mixed in, and my reddish pink with a little bit of purples. Again, this project is going to turn out more interesting if your papers aren't completely solid one color. I tried to create lots of different tones in my paper, and we'll cut shapes out from them. Next thing you're gonna have to do is let them dry. Depending on what kind of paint you use, this might take a few hours. It could even have to wait overnight if you use some type of acrylic paint. Okay, so the next thing I did with my piece of blue paper is I folded it in half, and then I cut half of the shape that I wanted my plants to be in. I made mine more of a vase shape. You could make it more of a potted plant if you like. And when you open it up, it should be symmetrical on both sides. Okay, the next thing I did was with my green paper, I cut out some stems to go into the vase, and I also started cutting out some different shapes for my leaves. I used my yellow paper and cut it into circles first, and then cut little triangles out to make my next shape of flower. I've added a few more stems and a new shape for my pink flowers. Remember, you guys are making this whatever shape you want. So these are just examples. You can make whatever type of flowers or colors that you want. My next step is going to be to start gluing all my pieces down. I didn't glue them down right away because I wanted to be able to play around with the arrangement, and I might still shift a few things around. Okay, here's my collage with all of the pieces glued down. I added a little bit of design to the vase using my pink paper, and this right here is going to be a butterfly off to the side. My very last step for this project is going to be using a box of crayons to add a few more designs on top that I'll show in a minute. All right, here is my final product for my painted paper collage. So I went ahead and added in some detail on the vase in crayon, the butterfly, and then I added the lines on the leaves using crayon. I can't wait to see your examples. Go ahead and take a picture of them when you're finished and send them over to me. I hope you guys have fun. Enjoy.